Welcome to Imagine It down here at Imagination Station, joined once again by Chief Scientist Carl Nelson. Carl, what are we doing today?
We're doing an activity called Shrinky-Dinks.
Okay, I've seen this like in Saturday morning cartoons. They always used to have the commercials on there, like the 90s, 2000s. I've never actually done them.
It's like back in the 70s, even before I was a kid, Shrinky-Dinks were a thing. And what's cool about this is it's totally something you can do at home. So what I have here are sheets of polystyrene, okay? It's the plastic like on the food takeout containers you might get, number 6. Right,
okay.
so you can either you can buy a kit, you know, on Amazon. You can buy a Shrinky-Dink kit, or what's more fun is you can cut the top off your food containers, and then you decorate them. Okay, so here I have a scene, a desert scene, Dan. Okay, I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
One for reference and one that you're going to shrink. I'm going to have you start shrinking it right now. Then we'll talk about the science.
Okay.
Okay, and so the tip here is we're going to use a heat gun. Turn it on high, and then you're just going to like shoot it straight down, and you're going to heat up the plastic. Yeah. And you always want to keep it moving. And this is one of the things that, keep going, I'll hold it there. Just keep moving back and forth. And what's happening here is we're going to take those polymers, the polystyrene polymers that are in there, and we're going to add some heat energy to them. And when you do that, they begin to sort of shrink. Now you might get scared here because when you first do this, everything gets all wonky. It gets all bent up. It looks like, it looks crazy. But trust me, just keep going with it. Trust in the science here. Just keep moving around. If you stay in one spot too long, you'll probably melt it, but just keep moving around and around and around. And
it's trying to anyway.
I know, and it's terrifying because it looks like it's gonna go on top of itself, but just keep going, Dan, keep going. We're gonna heat it up and keep that moving around. And the polymers inside there, polymers are long chains of repeating molecules. They're kind of like this chain that I have. And when we add thermal energy to this chain, by shaking it, the length of the chain actually shrinks. See how it gets shorter?
Yeah.
If I let it go and cool down, it gets longer. I add some heat energy and it starts to shrink. Now we're gonna add a little, keep going, we're gonna add a little container around it to sort of keep the heat around it. Get a little bit closer and just keep moving. And you're doing a great job.
This is nice just to warm up my hands on a nice January morning here.
Let me hop in there just for a second. We'll just kind of like take a look at it. Oh, it caught a little bit. That's okay. We'll flatten it out. You know what? I think you may be done. We'll just do that bit.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Go ahead and turn that off. And we can compare that to our original scene. Look at that.
Way down.
It shrunk by like a quarter.
Okay. Wallet size. Show off the grandkids.
Yeah. So, you know, I did one earlier with your logo. I'll give this
Beauty,
to you.
yeah, look at this.
You can have like a little keychain there. So it's an activity that we've done in our tinkering space to make all sorts of things that are kind of fun. Again, you can do this from the tops of a food container. Another thing you can do that touches on the same basic science is if you take a metallized chip bag. It doesn't have polystyrene, but it has long chain polymers in the plastic.
Okay.
If we put this in a microwave, ask mom and dad before you try this. You put it
so
in a
far
microwave.
failing to see the wisdom of this.
Right. Now you're always told don't put metal things in the microwave.
Yeah.
If we do, we're going to send an electric current through that metal. But we got to plug it in first. That's, you know, we're short an extension cord here. So we turn it on, and if you look in there, Dan,
Ooh.
you can probably hear that.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
Just a little bit of zaps here and there. It wasn't anything too drastic.
So the
Look at that.
electricity going through the metal heats up the plastic, and so we end up shrinking the bag to have. I have another one here. Here's the original. Here's the shrunk bag, okay? Same idea. We're putting energy into those polymers, allowing them to sort of shrivel up a little bit and get a little bit smaller. So certainly an activity you could try maybe in a classroom under teacher supervision. You can shrink things.
Snack size, extra spicy
Snack
nacho.
size.
Throw that.
You can do the same thing. I did this with
Still going.
with a smaller bag. Oh, is it still shrinking?
No, I think the microwave's still going.
Oh, yeah, it'll be okay.
At least there's nothing in it.
So, and you could also do it with the heat gun. I did this with the heat gun. So same idea.
Yeah, very similar.
Different energy input, but you can shrink those polymers and make a mini bag.
Very cool.
So, some cool polymer science.
This one's maybe a little bit safer, as it turns out here.
And you could do it with a hairdryer as well.
Yeah, I was getting that same vibe. Hairdryer would probably be the easiest way here for just common household.
And you know, it gets all wonky when it starts shrinking, but just go with it. It'll eventually flatten out.
Flattens out. Very good. All right, I'm Dan. That's Carl. That is how you imagine it.